Life can be cruel, but sometimes it is not life that is cruel. It is the choices people make. A young man who went through pain, betrayal, and love brought him face to face with the most shocking truth of his life. Kayode, a 25 years old man, strong, ambitious, and full of dreams. But behind his eyes was a scar that never healed, the scar of being abandoned as a child. Kayode was very tender when his mother left him. She didn't just leave him, she left him behind with his father to bring him up alone, running off to be with her university lover. His father, Mr. Kolapo, a hardworking mechanic, did his best to raise Kayode alone from 2 years old and never remarried. But the absence of his mother haunted him. Each time he saw other children with their mothers at school, church, or at the market, a heavy question burned inside him. Where is my mother? Why did my mother leave me? Was I not enough for her? What really happened? As Kayode grew older, the whispers amongst his classmates and in his neighborhood pierced him like daggers in his ears. That's the boy whose mother ran away with another man. How can a woman abandon her child in the name of one stupid love? She's heartless. At 25 years, Kayode had fought through the struggles of life. He studied hard, graduated from the university, and got a promising job in Abuja. He also promised himself that one day he would build a better life and prove to the world that a broken beginning doesn't mean a broken ending as they believed it to be. One Sunday, after church service, he met a young girl named HALIMA, very beautiful, soft-spoken, and carried herself with grace. From the first conversation, they connected like they knew each other years ago. In no distant time, their friendship blossomed into love. HALIMA filled a hole in his heart he didn't even know was still bleeding. He finally felt seen, loved, and wanted. For the first time in his life, Kayode believed he had found the missing piece of his happiness. Months later, Mr. Kolapo called Kayode. Kayode, my son, when will you marry? You are all I have now. Please, I need to see my grandchildren, he said. After the call ended, Kayode was in a deep thought. Maybe it is time to introduce HALIMA to my father. As their relationship grew serious, Kayode decided to take HALIMA home to see his father on a weekend. The moment HALIMA stepped into the house, Mr. Kolapo froze in shock. His eyes widened. He looked lost in the moment. Mr. Kolapo, with a shaking voice, Kayode, who is this girl? Kayode, smiling like a fulfilled man. Papa, meet HALIMA, the woman I love and want to marry, Papa. Silence filled the room. HALIMA was guessing in her mind, why is Kayode's father looking at me like this? Have we met before? I don't even know this man. This is so weird. Many thoughts ran through her mind. But Mr. Kolapo continued looking at HALIMA more, then turned to Kayode. Her face looks familiar, with tears in his eyes. Mr. Kolapo called him to a corner. Kayode, this girl looks very familiar. While Kayode was confused and was boiling up in anger. Why, Papa? What do you mean? You just met her today. You don't even know her. Mr. Kolapo looked at him. My son, where is her mother from? Is her mother still alive? Did she tell you her mother's name? Because that girl sitting down there is a carbon copy of your mother. The room went cold as ice. Kayode broke the silence. What are you saying, Papa? People often look like each other in this world. Don't worry, she is not my mother or her reincarnation, as he laughed over it. But as soon as he stood up to return to Halima, Mr. Kayode revealed the bitter truth. My son, many years ago, before you were born, I met your mother, Opeyemi, when she was just recovering from a heartbreak of her lover, who left her and traveled abroad for studies. I stayed with her and helped her heal. One thing led to another. She was pregnant and gave birth to you, Kayode. We talked about going to her family to do things right, but the economy wasn't helping me at all. 3 years later, her lover returned home and they reconnected. She abandoned you with me to marry her university lover, and after some time, I heard they had a child together and relocated outside the country. Kayode, I think she might be your half-sister, Mr. Kolapo said. Kayode's world crumbled. The woman he have come to love more than anything in this world. The woman who have healed his scars was his blood. How come? He refused to believe it. Kayode screaming in pain. Papa, her mother's name is Opeyemi. It's a coincidence, right? No, no, Papa. This cannot be true. Life cannot be this cruel to me. We can't be so sure, Papa. Halima was on her way to the kitchen to take a bottle of water when she overheard everything Mr. Kolapo said, and she burst into tears. Unable to process the revelation, she quickly went back to the living room, picked up her handbag, and left their house. The days that followed were filled with pain and sorrow. Kayode isolated himself, replaying every moment he had with Halima in his head. He felt betrayed, not just by his mother, but by destiny itself. The only person he felt connected to might actually be his stepsister, but with time, he found strength in his father's words. Mr. Kolapo said to him, My son, sometimes life throws storms at us, not to drown us, but to teach us. What you feel for Halima is not wasted. Tell her to ask her mother some questions. Kayode looked at his father sadly. Papa, if that woman is really my mother, I don't want to ever see her here, he said, and walked into his room. At Halima's house, when she got home, she immediately searched for her mom and later saw her in the bedroom dressing their bed. Mom, please, there is something I want to ask you, and I need you to tell me the truth, she demanded, looking heartbroken with her swollen eyes. Her mom looked confused at the unexpected question and tried to hug her. Halima, what happened? Why are you crying? She asked, but Halima didn't respond. It's all right, my princess. Talk to me. What happened? Her mother asked. Mom, do you know anyone called Mr. Kolapo Adedeji and his son Kayode Adedeji? As she continued crying, her mom froze immediately she heard those names. She was shocked and speechless. She started crying and asked Halima to forgive her. After some minutes, she told Halima the whole story. Halima's father was not at home at that moment. She couldn't control her tears anymore. But Mom, why didn't you tell me I have a brother? Or you even had a family before? Is Dad aware of this? Why would you abandon your 2 years old son, Mommy? Why? I almost married my own brother. Halima kept shouting and nagging at her mother. Please, my baby, I know there is no good explanation now. I'm sorry. I also need to apologize to Kolapo properly, she added. A week later, Halima and her mom visited Mr. Kolapo's house. At the gate, Halima's mom stopped her car. She was lost in her own thoughts. Oh my God, how am I going to face my own son now? What will I even say to him? Will he even look at my face? What should I do? But Halima tries to draw her attention back to reality. Mom, Mommy, don't worry. Kayode grew up very well. He is a very kind and loving man. He will forgive you. When they drove inside the compound, Mr. Kalapo was at the balcony reading his newspaper. When he saw them, Kayode was not at home when they arrived, and so they met his father. He came out and received them at the door. Opeyemi, is that really you? Mr. Kolapo asked, having a mixed feeling. Kolapo, how have you been? I am very sorry for abandoning my son all these years, she pleaded, and went down on her knees crying. That moment, Kayode walked in on them, looking so angry as he stares at his mother. Now I see the resemblance, as he let out a sad laugh. Papa, why did you let this woman into our house? Mr. Kolapo asked him to calm down. Then his mother stood up and went close to him, held his hands. Kayode, I'm sorry, my dear boy. You are a man now. Please forgive me. I believe you understand better now. Halima is your stepsister. I'm so sorry for the mix-up. Kayode stood there like a pole, not talking to her or moving away. His eyes filled with anger as tears made its way down to his cheek. He tries to shake off his mother's hands off his body as he continued looking at his father sadly. His father went close to him to comfort him. Son, now you know the whole story. Painful as it is, it saved you from committing a grave mistake. Kayode eventually chose forgiveness, not for his mother's sake, but for his own peace. He forgave her for abandoning him, forgave life for its cruelty, and forgave himself for almost stepping into disaster. Halima and Kayode ended their romantic relationship but remained connected as siblings. Slowly, they turned their pain into strength. Kayode realized that love is not always about holding on. Sometimes, it is about letting go. And so, the young man who once carried the wound of abandonment almost carried the burden of tragedy. But the truth, no matter how painful, set him free. The past always have its way of resurfacing, no matter how long it takes. Many families hide secrets, thinking time will bury them. But the truth is like smoke. It always finds its way out. Kayode's love story teaches us that no matter how painful, secrets must be faced earlier. If not, they can resurface years later and shake the very foundation of life. Don't hide the truth from your children or loved ones. Truth may hurt for a moment, but lies can destroy forever. Family secrets, when hidden, can destroy lives. Kayode almost married his own stepsister because the truth of his mother's action was hidden. Imagine the shame, the generational pain, and the irreversible consequences if the marriage had gone through. Parents must learn to be open and honest with their children. Hiding the past may look easier, but silence is dangerous. Speak the truth earlier to prevent tomorrow's disaster. Forgiveness is the key to healing. Kayode had every reason to hate his mother for abandoning him. He had every reason to hate fate for playing tricks on him. But hatred is like drinking poison and expecting another person to die. Forgiveness does not excuse the wrong, but it frees you from bondage. No matter what you have been through, learn to forgive. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting, it means choosing peace over pain. Not every love story is meant to end in marriage. Love is beautiful, but not all love is destiny. Sometimes, God allows people into our lives to teach us lessons, to shape our hearts, or to remind us that we are capable of loving and being loved. Halima was part of Kayode's healing process, but she wasn't meant to be his wife. Don't force relationships that God Himself is trying to end. Some people are only chapters in your story, not the entire book. A broken beginning does not mean a broken ending. Kayode was abandoned at the age of 2. He carried the scar of rejection, yet he grew into a strong, educated man with dreams. His past didn't define him, his choices did. Though life tried to break him, he refused to remain broken. Where you start in life does not determine where you will end. Your background may explain your pain, but it should never limit your future. Parents' choices affect their children. When Kayode's mother left Mr. Kolapo, she thought it was her life, her choice, but her decision planted pain that shaped her son's entire destiny. Children are silent witnesses to their parents' actions, and they carry their consequences. Parents must act with wisdom and think about tomorrow. Your choices today may become the burden your children will carry tomorrow. Love without knowledge can lead to disaster. Kayode and Halima loved each other deeply, but they didn't know their true blood connection. Love is powerful, but it must be guided by wisdom and knowledge. Blind love without truth can destroy destinies. Before you say yes to marriage, know the person well, know their family, know their history. Rushing blindly into love can end in tears. Pain can become a teacher. Kayode's story was filled with pain, but out of it came wisdom. Sometimes, life's hardest blows prepares us for life's greatest lesson. Pain is not just suffering. It can be a school if you choose to learn from it. Waste your pain, learn from it, grow from it, and let it shape you into a stronger person. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you love my stories. Please like my story and drop your comments on the comment section to cheer me up. Don't forget to share this video and please subscribe to my channel for more exciting stories. See you all in my next